Hey guys, Daniel Lyttle here again. Last video we're talking about ankle mobility, okay? Ankle mobility is incredibly important. You know, we wear some fucked up shoes that really can destroy our ankles, destroy our knees and our lower backs. You know, there's an old saying, stub your toe and you hurt your neck, right? The feet are our relationship to the earth, and we're on them all day, every day. Women wear high heels. Kids have orthotics that they've grown out of. People have orthotics unnecessarily, right? There's a lot of things going on. I can't tell you how many times I've rolled my ankle and didn't get it fixed to put back in place or to correct any imbalances. So we really need to look after our feet that little bit better. And ankle mobility, it is, if your ankles are too tight, your knees will collapse during a squat, okay? So if I'm squatting down and I can't get very deep or my knees collapse, it's typically because I've got very tight calves, right? And a lot of people also get plantar fasciitis, which is this little muscle here that goes from my heel to my toe. And it's actually an extension of my calf, which starts up here. It comes down, you've got the gastrocnemius muscle and the soleus muscle. There's two muscles there that come down into the Achilles, and then half of it comes down into the bottom of their heel, and the other half comes down into these 3 to 4 toes here, right? The plantar fascia gets really tight. It's a common thing as a therapist that I had to fix. All of this is going to help with your ankle mobility. It will help with your running, it'll help with your squats, it'll help with your deadlifts, okay? You would have seen some people put a chock underneath their heels when they're squatting. That's okay if your intent is to improve your squat, but still have shitty form technically, because you're better off actually addressing your ankle lack of mobility and then removing the chock. But in the short term, feel free to use the chock, but keep working on your ankle mobility. So a couple of ways to do that is obviously I'm gonna roll out on the ball or on my foot. I like to get a little bit of a bar, and I'm intentionally rolling. Now understand this is gonna hurt it'll hurt a fair bit, okay? But I'm pushing down with a fair amount of weight, and I'm rolling in through the middle of my foot there again, and then I'm gonna go out onto the blade of my foot, and I'll come down to here, and then I'll come down to here. And it's just like rolling any other muscle. Wherever I find something tight or gristly, or you can feel those little calcifications popping, I wanna stay there for a bit and just rub the shit out of it. And then I'll go on to the next spot, and I'll rub the shit out of that. I'll go down wherever I can feel tension on the blade of my foot, and I'm just waking up all the muscles and relaxing them, okay? You can also do this with a ball. In fact, a golf ball works really well to come down and then to clench your toes and open your toes, clench your toes and open your toes under that constant pressure that I'm pushing my foot down onto the ball, right? And I'll roll down to my Achilles and I'll push pressure onto that. Now, they're two great ways to open up the feet, but I also need to open up the calf muscles, okay? So I can get the ball, so let's say I'm laying down on the floor, I'm watching TV, and I'm just rolling out through here and here with my foot on the floor. One muscle that gets forgotten is this muscle here. I like to put the ball into here, just like that. Put a lot of pressure into it, and I'll roll back and forward. Again, I'm trying to find anything that is more than a 6 out of 10 painful, and then I'll push into it and I'll massage it a bit, and then I'll move on to the next spot. So I'm massaging the whole tibialis anterior, as well as the calves and the feet, okay? Now, another thing I can do is sit on my feet and rock back to open up that ankle joint, and then move in the other direction. I like to use an elastic band, or really, I can lunge into this position, pushing my heel to the floor and then driving my knee forward, okay? And I'm getting a stretch through here, and it works well if I put load on my knees and I'm driving forward, but I'm not letting my heel come off the floor. Now, some people will feel a locked sensation in here, like they could go further, but there's something in the way, and that's typically the talus bone, okay? So then that's where an elastic band will come in place. I put the elastic band down tight under this bone, but on top of my foot, and then I increase my tension, and I do the stretch again, and it's just gonna help the talus sit that little bit neater inside the bottom of my shin bones as they come down to meet the foot. And I might do this for a couple of seconds, like any stretch. Don't let the heel come off the floor, but I'm driving the knee forward, under load, and I'm opening up my ankle. A combination of all those are gonna help keep your feet and your ankles nice and healthy, and it should help your squat and all of your other movements, because we live on our feet.